Okay, this is the DAX, the monthly, and just to connect the same thought that I introduced concerning the FTSE, that if you remember I was saying, well, why don't we just consider in case of a bullish scenario that we had a triangle, and the same thing can be applied here in the case of the DAX. In the case of the DAX, we can go one step further. If we say that we have a triangle here, and the market, yes, the mass market is now weighing the cost of the madness of the governments around the world, not the least in Europe, what they are doing with all this quantitative easing and driving the yields to negative territory, which is something that not only we have not seen in our lifetime, but also our grandparents have not seen. Some of these markets have registered lows that you have to go back to maybe to the French Revolution. Maybe in some cases you have never seen such a thing. So it's quite possible. These are just, I'm throwing some thoughts here long term. It's quite possible that people, the market, investors, somehow are beginning to get terrified of this massive amount of debt that the governments have now accumulated, and they are beginning to shift in a big way towards stocks. Now, that doesn't mean that stocks can't correct, but it does mean that if there is a massive shift away from bonds, from government bonds across the world, after that big correction, in fact, people will swing back and run not to bonds, will not run back to government safety because it's not safe anymore. They got the trick. They realized the bluff of these governments that are totally bankrupt, but they will choose to invest in private companies, profitable private companies that can pay dividend, that have honest dealings, and there is no shortage of just such companies around the world. The major blue chips around the world, they could serve the right conduit for storing wealth and storing you assets. Okay, so concerning the DAX, the ABC idea is not new to you. This is something that can still work out, believe it or not. It can still work out. But this is something that is not new to you, so I won't repeat all that in detail. I would just work on the idea of the bullish scenario here. Suppose we did have a triangle here, and that is the massive build-up of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is just the first leg of a mega bull that would be with us maybe for the next 15 years. Yeah, why not? You want to be imaginative? You want to consider the impossible? You want to be contrarian? You've got to look at both sides of the coin. Otherwise, you're not doing your job. So I am offering you here a crazy idea that in fact the DAX terminated a long-term triangle right here that went on for 11 years. Yes, and that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the first leg of a major bull market. Okay, we will know that this is likely. If we come down to be correct, we probably stay above 9,000. We oscillate around here, as I explained, I think, in the previous video, and then we run up. And that will tell you this is 1, this is 2, we're going up in a third wave in a mega bull. Okay, now the amazing thing is, as I was thinking through this option, I was saying to myself, you haven't seen the top here. So let's wait. We are going to see the top here with a channel that is also coming up from this. You see this level? Yes, it's coming to hold to the channel here. Yeah, I hope it's clear to you. This and this. Okay, and soon, let's say in 2-3 weeks, we are going to see a top. Now, if we come correcting down from 13,000, suppose, yeah, 13,000 on DAX. Imagine if we come down correcting towards the fourth wave and slightly lower, or maybe retesting support right here. Well, you will not be very far from the mark saying that we are going to correct by 40%, maybe even 50%, who knows? So 50% could be qualified as a crash. So it's contradictory, but on the one hand we can say we're going for a crash in the DAX, and yet this crash is going to be a second wave that will prepare for a bull market that we probably have never seen. Interesting thoughts here that you may want to consider. This is now the weekly, and that's our 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the presumably the last run of the DAX for the rally that began way back here. Okay, and the correction, as I mentioned, could take it to under 9,000, could basically resemble a crash. Now this is the daily. That's a 3, that's a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our possibly the final leg in this rally. Or as I mentioned last week, that there is a twist that will allow it for further correction and one more shot that will settle, line it together with the US markets and quite a few indices. So we are on the lookout here. Right now, this rally took about 2-3 weeks. So you see why I remained bullish for the next 2-3 weeks. I don't think there is any reason to be moaning too much here. There is a nice rally underway right now, and it's not too late to join. This is a 1-2. We are heading high, and it could be that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would resemble just wave 1 off there, fifth leg in blue.